Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This week we're going to talk about Parse. What is Parse? Parse is like Firebase. It's a way to use a cloud-based software. It allows us to, set up a database per se out in the environment. Parse was actually around for a while, and they were actually it's a website for for the cloud base, so for Android, iOS, JavaScript, so forth. You can use it for just typical software development. It doesn't have to be for mobile applications, but that's what we're going to use it for in this example. So I'm going to teach you a little bit about Parse and how it works. Now you can integrate it within a software application. So Parse is actually was let's see if I can find Parse. Let's see, I don't want to do that. Where am I looking for? I wanted to find a little bit about the information here. Announcements. They were purchased by Facebook, and originally they were their own service. And I was trying to find an old article about them being their own service. Parse purchased by Facebook. So Facebook took over it. Here it is. So back in 2013, Facebook bought them for I think $85 million, I believe. So they acquired them, and when they acquired them, they actually made it open source. And before there was a cost for Parse. So if I actually go back, way back, internet machine. So this will actually allow us to go back and see what it looked like before Parse platform. So if we go to parseplatform.org, is it org or .com? Yeah, .org. I think it was just, yeah. So let's go back to say 2015 or 2013. There's nothing there. Maybe it's just parse.com. Let's see. That's what it was. Let's see here. I don't know. Anyways, so now it's free. We're gonna be able to download it from. We're gonna utilize it out on AWS. So that'll be something that we're gonna learn here. So we're gonna have to set up an AWS account to move forward in order for us to utilize it. But it's like Firebase. It allows us to push out to a database. So we'll learn about the database element from Parse as well. So this will be free. And so let's just go ahead and get started instead of me rambling on about it. Sign up for an AWS free account. I have an account, but I'm just going to sign up for a different email address. And let's do this. And what do you want your account name to be? I'll just say Jeffrey J. Seaman. And hit continue. See if it lets me do it. Sure, save it. Professional, yes. I'll just put the name of my college. I'm not going to put my phone number if I don't have to. Let's see here. I'm going to leave all that there. I guess I have to fill all this information out. That's fine. I'll put my business number 292-8035. Address. And postal code. Alright, so it wants you to put a credit card number in here. You're not going to get charged for it. We will not charge unless you exceed. See, I want it free, so let's see if I downloaded the wrong one. aws.amazon.com/free. There's a free one, free tier, and that's what I wanted to make sure I signed up for. Complete sign up. Maybe I did it wrong. Alright, so I am going to pause this and put in a credit card that I don't want to get charged. Signed in. So you've already got that set up. So we're doing the free account, which is 12 months free. You're not going to get charged for it. So I put a credit card number in, so I don't want to be charged. And as much that we use it in this class, it'll be very minimal. But if you use it outside of class, you'll still have 12 months of free messing around with stuff. So let's go ahead and choose EC2. And all right, so your service sign up is almost complete. So apparently I didn't sign up my account. So just bear with me to complete my registration. My other account, because I have two accounts. I have the account that I had set up before, and I had the account that I was setting up today. So something's changed. So what has changed is now that when you do it, you have to wait at least a day once you sign up, because they want to take $1 from your card, or put $1 on your card and take it off, just to make sure that they're able to charge your card. But like I said, it's a free account, so you shouldn't have to do that. But nonetheless, I do have my other account up and running. So I'm going to try this again. I'm going to choose EC2, and you will get this. We want to click on Launch Instance. All right, so we have all these different features that we have down here that we could utilize, and we'll talk about these. Well, I won't go through all these, but just to kind of throw this out there, if you're looking to do something, you want to get a server up and running, this is an easy way to get something up and running really quick, so you don't have to wait out there for different things to happen. So remember that. What we need to do is we want to go to the AWS Marketplace, and we want to find something called Parse. Thinking that we could search on it here. So type in Parse, and there it is. As you see here, it is free per hour at $0. Perfect. Hit select, and it gives you a occurrence of, it's free eligible, all this information here. Like I said, we're not going to use it. It's going to be free. Continue. So you do that. Now we're going to choose an instance type that we want to go with. We're on this page now. So what we want to do is choose there's a couple options. We want to choose this general purpose. It's the free tier, if it lets us select it. And then click on review and launch. All right, so we want to make sure that we have the right thing. Parse server by Bitnami, that's what we had. It's free. It's going to boot up its own server. So again, click launch. All right, so now this is important that we have to choose a pair of, it's going to be a secured way for us to use it here. So what we need to do is create a new pair. So it's going to be a secured. So if you've ever did anything like within Git, you could do a SSH, and it's kind of like that. So you have to give it a name. So I'm just going to say Android app for plural, and click download key pair. So then what will happen is you will show them Finder. You'll get like it'll look like if you've ever did a I'm trying to think of something. If you ever opened up something like if you ever SSL'd a website or something like that, it'll be kind of like that. Let's see if I could open it up though. Well, let me open up an Android. I'll just pull it up in TextPad. And that's what it looks like. So it's an RS key, private key. So if you ever did a website and secured it, that's kind of what it is. It looks like that. All right, so go ahead and do launch instances. I'm going to pause this because this will take a while. So it has to create everything. And once it's completed, then we'll go from there, okay? Thanks. And this is what you'll get. So you'll want to click on this link right here once it's completed. And then you can see your instance is up and running. So you have basically a server. It has a public IP address. I don't care if you see it because this is just a learning thing. It has the IP address so that you could contact it. Shows it's running. It's on the East Coast. So wherever you're at, it's probably something like that. You can do status checks. You can do monitoring, tags, usage, and so forth. But this is pretty good. Good start. So congrats. You got your server up and running if you made it at this point. So let's go ahead and hit connect, and you're going to get this information here on the SSH. What it's basically what we're going to do is we're going to connect to a server that Amazon's hosting, but it's going to be a different way. So if you're used to using Windows, you could do an MSTRC and remote into the server and be able to look around. But we're going to use a terminal, which is a little bit different. So this is more, if you've ever worked with Linux, this is the type of environment that you have in Linux. So we're going to use a terminal. So if you're using a Mac, you're just going to, go up to your search bar and type in terminal, and it's going to bring up a console like this. But if you're using a PC, then I'd recommend getting something called Putty. For PC, download Putty. It's an SSH client. So I would recommend downloading this here, and it'll pull up a screen like this. And then I thought it was going to have an image, but then you'll be able to remote into your into what we're trying to do here through Putty. So if you have Windows, you want to use Putty. If you have Apple, then go ahead and use Terminal. It's already in there, and then we'll go ahead and connect to it. Okay. And if you have questions about this, please reach out to me. So what we're going to do now is we want to find our PM file. So if you remember, we downloaded a secured file, which mine was located here. So what we want to do is we want to, and if you have it somewhere, put it into a directory that's easy for you to get to. I know where it's at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, if I do a, let me increase the size here. Oops. Make this bigger. Just give me a second. Pull the keyboard. What's going on here? Oh, you know what? Bigger. All right, so you can see it. All right, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to locate our file that we have, which I need to see what directory I'm on. So I'm gonna do pwd. So I'm in my JSiemens. I'm gonna cd into downloads. That's where I have my file. If I do an ls, all right, so if I do an ls, I see that I have the a PM file there, the Android apps. That's what I called it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the access on it. I'm going to do a chmod 400 and then find the file name, which is called Android apps.pem, and hit enter. So it changes the location of it, or not the location of it, but it changes the access of it. So then what I want to do is I want to copy this information right here, this SSH information. It'll allow me to connect directly to my portal. So this will be how I connect to the Amazon website, or not the website, but the server. So now I copy that. I'll come up here and paste it in here and hit enter. And it'll ask me, do you want to continue? And I'll hit yes. And ta-da, we've successfully logged into our server. So now it's, like I said, it's a little bit different. We're not remoting into a server that we have visual access. Now we're accessed into a terminal. So this is good. We've logged into our Parse server. So this is a good thing so far. Hopefully you've got to this point. We need to find our Parse information. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do cd apps/parse/ht docs and hit enter. All right, so now we're in this directory, and now if we type in, let me remember here. So if we type in vi, so vi, just to let you know, is a way to view within terminal. Within Unix, you can use Emacs, VIEW, or VI is in terminology that allows us to view a file. So vi server.js, and it'll pull up the file. So now we're able to view that file, that JavaScript file. And it has some information here that we are going to need to use in order, when we start writing an Android app, we'll need to copy this information and interpret it. Now, if you, with Firebase, it's a little bit easier, but however, there were some issues that changed that wasn't easy to sync the two together, but we're getting there, okay? hopefully you've got that Parse project that we're going to start off with. It'll have everything in place for us. So this zip file will be included within the course module for a week. So you'll be able to just download it directly from the course module to get you started. Think of it as a template to get us started. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. And let me go ahead and find Android Studio. If I don't already have it open, I do have it open. So let's close this out from what I was working on. And let's open up existing project. Where am I at? Existing project. I have it in my downloads folder for now. So this is called Parse project, and hit open. And it's going to say something, and I'll change it around. Perfect. So I'm going to. All right, so it's trying to build here. It's having some issues. Not surprised. Pauses. This and see if I get this to work. So this is, it's looking for cannot find Android Tools Gradle 2.2. So that's an older version. This is an older file too. So we'll see if we can make this work. Add maybe a repository and sync. This is the thing about using older files. Install missing platforms, so I don't have 23.0 version installed, so I'm just going to go through that and install it. Hit finish. Install 22 and sync. So it's using the older platform, which is it's fine. You just have to go in. If here's the thing, you might already have this downloaded. This is a new computer, so I don't have anything downloaded. This is all new. Do I want to? Not right now. I'm just gonna remind me tomorrow. I'll say don't remind me for this project. The thing about some of those things, I did that in another project I was working on. I messed my entire project up because it was something new and I didn't know what the heck it was going on. So now we got this up and running. So this only took a few minutes. Template already has some information in it. So what you want to do is you want to drill down into Java. You want to go down into Parse Starter, and you want to go into Starter Application. Now it has this information already in it, but this is just a shell that we'll change all this information around. But what we need to do is when we're connected to the server, we need to grab some information. So you notice that we have this parse initialize application ID. So we want to grab our application ID. So you don't want to grab the one that I have on the screen. You want to grab the one that you have that you've created, because if you grab mine, then it'll mess everything up. All right, so I grab the application ID, and then it wants me to grab the client key. Let's see here, master key, I think that's what we want. Server, URL, and build. Let me double check. Key, which is our client key. Copy that. Paste it. And then we need to grab the URL, which is going to be our server. So that's our website address, basically. Which once we start doing this will be pretty cool, I think. Paste. Boom. There we go. So we get that information up and rolling. Let's do this. Let's change some things around here. I have my number. I'm going to change this around to 789. Change it to something else and put your name in here instead of Rob. I'll put Jeffrey. All right. So we have our information. So go ahead and run it and see if we get at least the boot up first. Let mine boot up. I'll pause for a moment. I did have a mistake, so let me stop this. I just realized this. So you see where I have parse right here? I need to have a / here. I left that out. So let's do that again. It didn't blow up, but I knew that that was missing. All right, so while that's going on, I'm going to pull up this address right here. I'm going to copy actually only up to 80, so we don't need to parse on there. So let's just copy this. Control copy while that's trying to boot up. All right, so it does have it boot up. It's nothing because we don't have anything there. Then I need to go to my web browser, wherever the heck that's at. Whatever happened to my browser. There it is. All right, so now I want to go to this address, paste, and instead of 80, I'm gonna do /apps. All right, so this will take you to your server. So you'll want to sign in whatever your username that you set up. Now I'm gonna see if I remember mine, because all right, so apparently I don't remember mine. This is great. Oh boy. Let me pause it and see if I can find my password. Sorry guys. I thought I forgot my password, but there's a way of getting it. It's been a while since I played with this, so my apologies. So go back to your interface, go to actions. I probably got myself locked out. Click on actions, go down to instant settings, and then under instant settings, go down to get system log. And yeah, we have to fish through this, get the information that we need. Do is scroll down through all this mumbo jumbo. You'll want to find something up that says setting Bitnami application password up. So it's down here somewhere. Maybe. Nope, I don't see it. All right. If you see it, go ahead and use it. But I haven't seen it yet. All right, terrific. I do not see it. All right, I might be going too fast. I don't know. Should have it in here. There's the host name. Where's the password? All right, maybe it's over here. Huh. I do not see it. I might have to try to grab this out and put it in something and search for it, because I'm not seeing it. All right, where in the heck is it at? Fingerprint, all this stuff. Stop, but no password. Oh, here it is. See? It was way over to the right, and I zoomed to it. So this is your password. You will have something different than I do. So I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna go back out here. My username is user. Awesome username, huh? And then I'll paste that password in and hit login. And ta-da, we're in. Make sure you save that information. So now you see that you have your server up and running. You have your IP address. Total users, nobody. Production, awesome. So now you're in a shell basically, but this is good though. You know that this was successful. It built up perfectly fine. But the thing is, did it actually work? What we're trying to do is see that we built an object, and in that example object, we called it the object example object. We could call it anything. And what we're saying is we pushed a variable called number 789, and we pushed a variable my string for Jeffrey. Now how we check that is we go into this website. So click on this. We'll change your password later. Down here you have your browsers, you have your jobs, logs, and we'll talk about that later. But right now we have our example object, so it's out there, and look at that. We have Jeffrey and 789. So we could come out here and create a different object. So say we wanted to call it CCAC, and let's say I wanted to put something called my student ID, and I'll say that my student ID, why is it not working? Let's edit that real quick. I just keep it my number. We'll make it a different number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll say that the string that I want to use, we could use something later on. We'll say it's something different. We'll say Cordell Stewart. Actually, you know what? Tiger Woods. All right, and let's go ahead and run it and see if it works. Sure. It's telling me I typed Tiger Woods in wrong. Who cares? Did it build? Looks like it did. So let's go ahead and refresh this. Alright, so now look at that. We have a new object called CCAC. We got Tiger Woods. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this right here is parsing. This is our database basically, but we're parsing it in objects, and we'll teach you in this course how to. We've already pushed something in there. We'll push out a push and read, and then we can show you how to do it in an app. So the goal was to do this in Firebase, but I had too many issues with Firebase not communicating. Parse is basically the same thing, so you could actually go out here and do comparison of Parse versus Firebase. One's written by Google, one's written by Facebook. Firebase versus Parse. You can scroll down here. Okay, so look here, they have a thing. One's written by Facebook, one's written by Google. General purpose Firebase is real time. Parse is open source, so you're probably going to get something a lot quicker here with Firebase, but for what we're trying to accomplish, to learn how to write stuff in the cloud, this is perfect. You know, they both, this one uses JSON. There's no restricted time limit. So with this being open source, you kind of have a better window. You know, you could do more with it. So that's it for the first video on Parse. So hopefully you were able to use the template, build your application, add your information in there, and get something up and running, and mainly get some code out here. So thanks for watching, and have a great day.